Hi, hope you're doing great. I wanted to do a short video on how I use an e-ink screen to control my device. So I have a Macbook Air and I'm pretty tired of the screens for many laptops. I usually have a flux on or like a night shift on, and the screen is usually yellow, as you can see, because I do stop the blue light. This does help a bit in making headaches less frequent, but still I do get really tired from just looking at the screen, even though I turn the brightness down and whatnot. Now, on contrast, when I use Kindle to read, or any device with an e-ink screen, I find that it's pretty helpful because it does not emit light. I am usually not tired at all from using it. And so I purchased a device, which is a Max Boox Lumi. Although any Android device with an e-ink screen would work, in order to be able to view my own MacBook screen in a different screen that does not emit light. So I wanted to show you the setup for this in case you're interested in doing something similar. There are different ways to connect the Max Boox Lumi or an Android device to your other device, your device you're actually working with. To start off, there's like a cord that comes with this device, and I chose this device because it has a 13-inch, like it's the biggest device with an e-ink screen, and so the screen is almost equal to my 13-inch MacBook Air, just slightly different, 13.3 and 13-inch, very slightly smaller. So it's perfect in case you want a big screen, although it's pretty expensive. And so there are much cheaper devices that would also have an e-ink screen but would be smaller. And there's also colored e-ink screens that would work. Again, much smaller, maybe a 10-inch or less, but if the size doesn't matter with you too much, and if you want a color, then that would be an option. There are two ways to connect your device. One way is with a cord that actually comes with the Max Boox Lumi, and you can connect it directly to your computer. It's to a USB cord, and I do not recommend this way. It does come out very flickery, and the quality isn't very good. A much better way is to connect it virtually using any server that allows you to remote control your device. So this, in addition to being better quality visually, you can also not just control your device by any input, but you can control your device by touching your screen. So I'm able to touch my screen and move it around. So however, if you use it as a secondary monitor and you just connect it through a cable, you're unable to interact with the actual screen because the device is touch screen, but the Mac is not. So you can have as if a touch screen device and be able to control your Mac like an iPad. Now, to be able to do that, what I recommend is that you would also get a mouse, a wireless or a Bluetooth mouse. Mine is both wireless and Bluetooth because I find that sometimes the wireless doesn't work all the time, so it's at the Bluetooth. So I have this wireless, it's connected, and I find that the wireless is generally more consistent than Bluetooth, but it's up to you. And you need to get a keyboard. And I also purchased a camera, and I'll let you know why. So basically, and of course you need a stand for your Android device. So basically what you need to do is that you need to be able to control your computer using those input devices. And there's two ways. You can either connect your input device to the Android device directly, or you can connect it to your MacBook Air. And I would recommend connecting it to your MacBook because it's faster. Because when you are trying to control a device, basically what's happening is we download, for example, a VNC server here. And then we download on the MacBook, on the Android device, we download a guest version. So it's a VNC host, and I can show you how that looks. If we go here and home in the apps, and then so it's a VNC viewer. So I've downloaded this application here, and I've downloaded the server here, and I'll try to make that clearer. So basically, now that you have both of these, and maybe I'll zoom in a little bit so it's slightly clearer. Now that you have the VNC server and you have the VNC viewer, you just need to like log in here and there and connect from here to there. So I open my VNC viewer, and because I've logged in, I automatically connect. And as you can see, if I move something around here, it moves on this screen, but with a slight delay, because what's happening is that you are trying to control this device. So everything is sent wirelessly, and then it's being sent to this device. So there is a slight delay, and I guess that's the only drawback of using the server mode, or the remote control way of in using that in controlling your device, is that there's a delay. And I think what bothered me most was the delay in the mouse. There's a slight delay in using the mouse, and at first that can get really bothersome, but with time you can get used to it. And a great thing you can do is you can actually slow down your mouse. So in the trackpad, I've slowed down the tracking speed significantly. And also the mouse sometimes has like a button that you can click on, and it makes a difference in the DPI, like the dot per inch. So this one I think is 800, and I think, I don't know, 1000, and then 1200, like 3 different speeds, and you can control the speed. So you can basically experiment with different speeds. When it is slower, you're able to control it more, because if it moves fast, then you're unable to see the effect here. So it took some time, but consistently, with some practice, I'm now able to control it a bit more. And I can show you how it's like if you're, for example, typing and editing here, and it goes there. So for example, if I'm typing, I tried hot, you can see it's almost it's very fast. And it, like typing, really, like, it doesn't matter at all. Like typing is very good. I think what is bothersome is the editing. And I'm sorry, because I typed here. See, I got confused myself. I need to type here. So but I want to show you. So if I'm typing with this keyboard, basically. So this keyboard and this mouse are keyboard and mouse. Maybe they're not in the screen, so I'll zoom out. So this keyboard and mouse, they're both connected to this computer. So if I click, right, I tried hard, you can see it's almost like it's almost here and there at the same moment. And basically, again, so I said I recommend like connecting your input devices to your computer rather than to your Android, and you could connect them to your Android with the Bluetooth. And the reason for that is basically there's input coming here, it's going to be transferred there, and then it's going to be transferred back. And so when you put the input here, it's actually faster, because if you're inputting from this device, then you're gonna reflect here. But if you're inputting from here, it's just faster to control the MacBook Air using input that's like directly connected to the MacBook Air. And I mean, you might not feel it, it's very slight, but I've tried both, and it's definitely faster to do that. Now, the other tricky thing is if you would like to, there are actually 2 mouses. We're using this one. If you want to edit. So as you can see, when I move my mouse, it does take a little bit of time to move, and maybe I'll zoom in. I don't know if you see the slight delay. So if I wanted to edit, and then I'm trying to edit here, so I'll look here, and then I'll edit this. So I'll select this, and maybe I'll cut it, and then I'll paste it here. So it does take some effort to kind of get used to looking here, because eventually what I do, I turn off the brightness down, and then I turn down my laptop like almost completely because I don't need it really, and I put it out of the picture, and I'm just controlling my laptop using this device. So this setup. So yeah, again, it does take some time, but I guess you would be consistent on it if it actually bothers you. And again, because the screen really bothers me, and because I can feel the immense difference between using an e-ink screen versus using a laptop directly, I think that was enough motivation for me to like be consistent and work on it. And I can see like real relief to my eyes and to feeling a fatigue after using the screen for long periods of time. Another thing I can show you is like this VNC server and viewer. It's really cool because there's actually more ways that you can control. Like if you want to do a page down or a page up, you can just click here. Also, another way I like to do it is I can scroll. So if I'm viewing something, I can use a scroller, and those scrollers, if you're reading something, you can scroll up and down. I'm not reading something, but I can show you, for example, if I were to read a document, it would definitely be a great way to do it. Yeah, let's say I'm using papers, and let's say I want to annotate this, so I can zoom in quite a bit to be able to read it. And then maybe I can zoom in with the camera as well. And so I can scroll up and down using the scroller in my mouse, like just the scroll bar. And I can also scroll up and down using those. They're not working right now, but they should work. The page up and down should also work, yeah. So basically you're able to view and like highlight and edit as you see fit. So if I were to like zoom out slightly, and then maybe I want to select something and highlight it. Let's say I want to select this sentence. Again, I'm moving my mouse slowly a little bit, but I'm now a little bit used to like selecting, and then I'm annotating it any way I like. So the great thing about using this e-ink device is that you can actually use your MacBook with everything in it, so you can use it as a screen. The other good thing is you can also download so many applications. You know, if it's Android and it supports Google Play, you can download so many applications on it. So it's not just a secondary monitor. It acts as a whole tablet on its own. That's e-ink, and that's really helpful for your eyes. And I can show you some of the applications that I usually use. So let's say I want to use this device on its own. So I can go to Home and then go to my applications. So I can have like Spotify. I can have Papers, which is the application that I just used here, and I can use it here. And now the great thing about that is, for example, I was reading this exact paper, and I can read it here. Now the great thing about that is that I can use the device while sitting down and not have to like sit on a table, but I can just use this tablet on its own, and it comes with a pen. And I'm like used to like highlighting, making it bigger, maybe slightly moving it around, making it bigger and smaller with my fingers. And that's like the exact same paper. And then I could go back to a page and say I want to highlight. I'd like click here, and then I want to highlight this area, and then I click highlight, and then it's highlighted. Maybe I'll do it with a darker color so you can see it. So basically I can use that while sitting down on a couch and not necessarily sitting down in a computer setup. So, and it has so many applications that you can use like as a tablet. Say for example, let's see what applications. You can switch between applications, and then you can go to home. You can go to, like you can use it, like I generally use it as a browser. So I sometimes like just browse the internet using that device, and it's easier. You can control it in so many ways, and you can also connect the keyboard directly to your device. And then if you're browsing and using it as a tablet, you could basically type right into that tablet. So as I said, I can use it as a browser. I can like open anything and type. I'm not connecting the keyboard right now, so I need to type here. You can Google search. You can do like, yeah, maybe we could open the yeah, that's my husband's site. So you can just scroll down and up with your fingers. And then you could also and so it makes, for example, if I'm reading blog stories, if I'm reading anything, it makes it easier for me to like read, because again, it's just much easier on the eyes. This dot here, it like makes you control. So if I go back to home and then I go back to apps, there's so many other apps that you can use. So I wouldn't recommend YouTube or anything video. It's not great with video, although I've used Zoom, and again, I'm planning on getting a camera, installing it here so that I just use this for Zoom and I don't need to like use my computer's camera. Besides Zoom, there are like many applications you can use. So I use like Walmart or any application where like I do a grocery order or shopping. I use Libby for like Vancouver Public Library. I can download online books, ebooks, and read it right here from this big screen. What else would I recommend? Yeah, push read and transfer books. So those are ways where it's quite easy to just open on your laptop or on your device, like any web page, any book that you want, and you just push it directly to read it on the screen. So and you can also like on your computer, on your phone, you can download this Boox app, and then you can easily push stuff. So basically send it instantly to read it here instead of looking for it in the browser here. So that's really just another way. And you can download basically any application that you want to download from a Play Store, because it is an Android device, and I think it has version 10 of the Android. So yeah, I hope you found this video helpful and that you would consider like an e-ink device to be able to view your screen. Again, definitely it's really good at for the eyes, and as you can see, like if you're sitting outdoor, even if it's glaring sun, you can see really well. And I forgot to say that it does have light. So if I were to be in like indoors and it's actually dark, I can actually turn this on, like the light on, and it would emit some light. You wouldn't see it now because it's pretty, because it's, you know, there's pretty bright already. I'm outside, but you are able to turn on some light that doesn't really bother the eyes too much. Okay. I hope you've enjoyed this. Take care.